If your organization creates applications for your customers, I'd like to challenge your cybersecurity detection approach. Hello, I'm Stephen Hunt, the field CTO and technical evangelist for Digital.ai. How do you detect cybersecurity attacks today? Perhaps you use EDR's shoulder surfing to detect suspicious traffic at the perimeter. Here's a wild thought. Maybe you are 100% zero trust and you don't rely on the perimeter. Most likely you have a robust collection of people, processes, and tools to implement your threat detection. For the sake of discussion, I'll concede you have everything on this chart. You are fully wired to detect cyber attacks, and yet, when you add your applications to the picture, there's a detection gap. I contend that hostile actors who execute your applications in hostile environments or modify them to suit their needs, do so knowing that your application is equipped to quietly slip through your formidable arsenal undetected. Late visibility to these attacks allows the hostile actor to maximize their impact, and unprotected applications invite hostile actors to undertake these attacks by offering your IP for their education and use. I want to show you how you can be right there with them as they attack. If you could take your threat detection closer to the source of the attack before it hits your perimeter, would that be valuable? If you could shoulder surf a hostile actor as they used your application to attack your organization, would you? Digital.ai's application security product allows developers to extend their application's functional capabilities to include self-defense, self-repair, and threat reporting with our AppAware capability. With its roots in the U.S. Department of Defense's efforts to protect its systems, it's now used to protect apps in online banking and trading, gaming titles, medical devices, set-top boxes, API libraries, and more. An application running hardened with our product detects if it's modified or if it's being run in a hostile environment, including debuggers and hacking tools, and reports these threats. Developers harden their application through configuration. They choose from scores of threat detection approaches to apply in their code and determine the actions the running code should take when a threat is perceived, including notification of the threat event. Then, within the CI/CD cycle, the application gets thoroughly modified to infuse these protections into the DNA of the executable while maintaining its functional behavior. This is far more secure than just wrapping security around the application. And our engineers are constantly improving threat detections as hostile actors change their tactics. When your hardened application is running, it is shoulder surfing with the user and reporting back information to AppAware, our integrated application monitoring service that provides visibility into the security posture of protected applications. I'm now in our AppAware portal, looking at information for a protected application. For the week of May 15th, I quickly see 1.7 million instances of the application were run, a decrease of 3.7% from the prior week, and I can see a rough daily usage pattern. Switching to the middle graph, I can see the population of compromised instances that were run, and that number was up by better than 1% from last week. The final graph shows 750 million shoulder surfing events for the week. How do you see this information on your applications today? Taking a deeper look, I see where the compromised instances originated geographically in the center donut, and no geo stands out as unusual for this app. The rightmost histogram breaks down which threat detections were triggered by incidents. 64% of all threat events for the week were method swizzling, further confirmed by the percentages of debugger, emulator, and jailbroken environments in the graph. This tells me that our application is being actively used contrary to our intention, and that the reactions our developers configured are protecting us from these attacks at the source. Do you see similar attacks on your applications today? I'll check the threat log for the week, and the most recent threat occurred less than a minute ago. Each instance of the application is assigned a unique identifier, and this application instance has 273 prior events reported. Looking at the details of this event, I can see the event fired because the running application has been modified from what we shipped. The threat log entry is a dispatch from the battlefront and indicates that the protections the developers have configured have also been executed, allowing the app to self-defend. Some customers include their own data in the dispatch, say the registered customer ID, and suspend an account for violation of terms of use in this situation. Finally, I'll look at which detections have been productive this month. 6,000 unique application instances detected threats. Against 3.4 million instances, that may not look too bad, but it only takes one successful attack to do major damage. The integrity detections indicate where the application has been modified in various ways. Light activity here. Looking at instrumentation detections, over half the detections were swizzling. Swizzling allows the hostile actor to change the behavior of a method by replacing its implementation with a new one. The unsafe environment detection in the lower section shows percentages that confirm swizzling, as the hostile environments allow it. This customer is aware of the attacks against them as they happen. They know the tactics being used, the frequency of attack, and, most importantly, that their application is frustrating the success of attacks at the source. How are you currently receiving this information on your applications? How are you making your apps self-defending and self-repairing when they're in the hands of users so that these threats don't put you at risk? This is our support for your applications. Do you see alignment between your application development environment and our support of operating systems, programming languages, IDEs, compilers, and platforms? There is no perfect application protection. The best you can do is make it so painful for the hostile actor that they give up and find an easier target, all while being aware of threat attempts against you. This is why Digital.ai's security customers have stuck with us for over 15 years, because our product evolves to meet new threats and delivers threat detection and reaction results like these. Our customers don't like to make cybersecurity headlines, and they don't divulge their protection tools, so we don't divulge their names. Digital.ai is a US-based company formed with the enterprise-scale client in mind. Today we serve over half of the Fortune 500 as we expand into the Global 2000. What questions do you have, and how would you like to proceed? To learn more, visit these links or speak to your Digital.ai account executive. Thank you for your interest.